just taking a moment, if it is safe and appropriate, to begin to just notice the breath. Noticing the breath quietens the mind and takes us into the body. Placing one hand on the heart and another on the belly. Noticing where the breath goes. Does it reach the hand on the heart or the hand on the belly or somewhere in between? And we're just noticing without judgment, allowing any concerns of the day to melt away into Mother Earth as we receive this transmission. I'm going to draw attention today and focus to the inner sun. Now, the inner sun sits directly at the center of the body, the solar plexus. And it is the solar plexus chakra in another vernacular. But the idea of the inner sun just goes a little bit deeper in the cauldron system. And I'll explain why. It shares a lot with the chakra of the solar plexus, in that it is our willpower, our motivation, our self-actualization, the power to kind of get up and get things done. And if it's weak or not functioning properly, or if it's energetically murky, then, it has the opposite effect. We find it very hard to actualize. We find it hard to move forward in life. And we don't have a very strong sense of self. What we're left with is a sense of shoulds. I should do this, I should do that. And it comes from obligation or perceived obligation to other should. When we have a strong sense of who we are, we can act from something very different, which is authenticity. So, the inner sun. The inner sun is our inside connection to the outer sun. And the outer sun is the center of our little piece of the universe, which is the solar system that we live in. It's the center around which all of the other mundane planets that affect us in personality ways and day to day, it's the thing around which they orbit. And so if we, with all of this medicine, with the cauldron medicine, we're always as within, so without. So anything we say about the outside equivalent of the inside area that we're talking about, whether it be one of the cauldrons or the inner sun, as we're talking about now, what we're saying about the without conditions applies within. So if we say that again, it is the body around which everything that influences us is orbiting. And so it's strength, it's magnetism, it's the solidity, the core. Now, core strength, we're all about that if we're doing any kind of body work, aren't we? Core strength holds the rest of the system. It prevents back issues. It keeps our posture correct, which is an essential part of the cauldron medicine, is our posture. Posture tells us an awful lot about what's not quite in alignment. So this core strength, this who we are, this authentic sense of self, it's extremely important. It holds up the rest of our system. It holds up our decision making, it holds up our choice, it affects how other people deal with us. Now, for me, and in this medicine, there's a balance of masculine and feminine throughout. For me, the inner sun is the masculine to the cauldron of motion, which is the heart cavity, to the cauldron of motion's feminine. So this strong core holds up the feminine container of divine and celestial love and being and creativity and endless source energy, the alchemist. So this is the center where we are holding up the all that is, the capacity to love all universally with this center. So it's exceptionally important for us and for the world at large that we invest some time in this energy center. I draw upon the energy of Aslan. Now that might be quite an old-fashioned reference these days, but if it is, I want you to search, Google search, AI search, whatever you need to do, Aslan, the lion from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And his presence, now he was representing the Christ consciousness energy in that story. And it's that divine masculine, it's that unshakable presence. It's not reactive. It's not grappling or violent. It's present and solid, and it's a very slow energy. It's central. It's strong. It can hold. Now, Aslan is the only character that's in every single book, and he stays until the end. And that's why I find him such a helpful reference, because just even the physicality, the way he moves, who he is, his ability to self-regenerate, I find it a really helpful energy to call in here and to kind of resonate with. And of course, we have Christ consciousness energy. Now, Christ consciousness is not Jesus per se. It is that energetic representation of the Christ. So it's the masculine half of the all that is. So how can we keep this? How can we strengthen it? How can we top it up? How can we clear it out? Well, our relationship with the outer sun it's almost like our non-stop energy source for this area. And the spiral. The spiral is it's a symbol that's as old as time itself. And it's so multi-layered. But it's essentially this idea of connection of self to cosmos, to source, to all that is. It's this, if you follow the spiral, you can go endlessly inward and outward, but all is connected in ever increasing or decreasing circles, depending on which way you're going. And so this is a really helpful symbol to draw upon yourself in this area, the area above the belly button and below the rib cage. And in drawing this symbol, we connect to this idea of the all that is, and we strengthen our inner connection. My other favorite is drawing or imagining or intending a cord from the center of your spiral into the sun itself. And with the breath, drawing and passing energy between you and the sun. So on the inward breath, we're going to be sending energy towards the sun. Outward breath, allowing energy in from the sun directly into the solar plexus spiral. Now I'm in the northern hemisphere, and we are hurtling towards the summer solstice. And this is a great time of year to foster that connection with the sun, because we're moving into the greater light. And as we move into the greater light, we're storing the energy that's going to keep us going through the darker months once we move past and start to go into the fading light. Observing the times of the sun, observing the sunrise and the sunset, observing where we're at in the year by the sun's progress. That is an essential part of anchoring our inner sun and our sense of self in a world that asks us to, be so busy and so activated. So try a couple of these things, and blessings for the rest of your day.